It's day 2 of reading poems that my dad would have probably liked. So I studied under him. I was his research assistant for like 2 years. The 2 years right before I lost him, I was assisting him. I actually went for a degree in English literature because I realized that I don't come from money, and the legacy that I have through my parents is literally knowledge. And if I can't inherit it, then right after my high school, I had this realization that we don't come from money, and the only thing that I can inherit as legacy would be the knowledge that my parents have. For me to be able to do that, I would have to study something that's related to what he has done in his life. Though he was a war historian and he's written history books, I remember he always used to say that if science, law, politics, and anthropology are like the main pillars as subject matter, then language, literature, linguistics is the floor that these pillars are built on. But before I move on to the poetry bit, I went to the Chainsaw Man premiere. I was trying to cosplay, maybe, I don't know, I did not really plan it out, and I had some work. Ultimately, it ended up being method dressing than cosplaying. So I wanted to show you my outfit. We have a very old air conditioner. So the classic white shirt, instead of the pants, I've got this shirt going on. I wish I had planned this better, but okay. It's amazing how the anime culture is finally catching up in India. And the world, suddenly everyone's watching anime, it's suddenly cool. I used to be shy of telling people in my school that I watch anime because they would think I'm a weirdo. But now they're like, and this and they find it cool to be called weird. I don't know, whatever. So let's move on. Today, let me read something that my dad used to read to me. It's Gironshon. Did I pronounce it right? Gironshon. The thing is, I think I have developed a lisp, maybe because of Invisalign. I went on Invisalign and I hate it. And I still hate the fact that my teeth are now round. And I used to love the imperfection. But then the doctor said that, you can you have an underbite, you will grind your teeth in your sleep and whatever. Okay, can we stop it? And he was like, you need to make your jaw bigger, whatever. And now I have perfect teeth and I hate it. Anyway.
Gironshon by T.S. Eliot.
Yeah, Gironshon. We're reading Gironshon. Today I'm in a rather jolly mood than yesterday because I have gained control over my emotions. Well, guys, for those who don't know, I'm an actor, so me to have control over how I express, it's very easy. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to let go of the pretense. You're basically becoming my best friend in this process because it's pretty clear and evident that I do not have enough friends around me who I can read poetry to. Anyway, I think my brain is just fried. Now I look like Salman Khan from Tera Naam. Please, Salman fans, don't come at me. Let me just pull a Song Jin. Yes, soul leveling. Now it looks like a mushroom cut. It's really hard to style this hair. People who think it's easier than long hair. Actually, with long hair, you can do something and it will sit right. This right off the cut. Short hair is really hard to style. But anyway, we're gonna roll with that. Let me just read this in a very jolly way because I'm not sad today and I don't want to be sad. T.S. Eliot did not write a jolly poem when he was writing
Gironshon.
Thou hast nor youth nor age, but as it were an after-dinner sleep, dreaming of both. Here I am, an old man in a dry month, being read to by a boy, waiting for rain. I was neither at the hot gates, nor fought in the warm rain, nor knee-deep in the salt marsh, have a cutlass, nor knee-deep in the salt marsh, having a cutlass bitten by flies fought. My house is a decayed house, and the Jew squats on the window still, the owner, spawned in some estaminet of Antwerp, blistered in Brussels, patched and peeled in London. The goat coughs at night in the field overhead, rocks, moss, stone crop, iron heads. The woman keeps the kitchen, makes tea sneezes at the evening, and the fuck just happened on my screen. We're going back. The woman keeps the kitchen, makes tea, sneezes at evening, poking the peevish gutter. I, an old man, a dull head among windy spaces. Signs are taken for wonders. We would see a sign, a word within a word, unable to speak a word, swandled with darkness. In the juvescence of the year, in Christ the tiger, in depraved May, dogwood and chestnut, flowering Judas, to be eaten, to be divided, to be drunk among whispers by Mr. Silvero, with caressing hands at Limonjes, who walked all night in the next room, by Hakagawa, bowing among the Titians, by Madame de Tonqueste in the dark room, shifting the candles, Fraulein von Kopp, who turned in the hall, one hand on door, vacant shutters weave the wind. I have no ghosts, an old man in a draughty house under the windy knob. After such knowledge, what forgiveness. Think now, history has many cunning pages, contrived corridors and issues, deceives with whispering ambitions, guides us by vanities. Think now, she gives when our attention is distracted, and what she gives with such supple confusions that the giving famishes the craving, gives too late what's not believed in or is still believed in the memory only reconsidered passion, gives too soon into the weak hands what thought can be dispensed with till the refusal propagates a fear. Think, neither fear nor courage saves us. Unnatural vices are fathered by our heroism. Virtues are forced upon us by our impudent crimes. These tears are shaken from the wrath-bearing trees. The tiger springs in the new year. Us he devours. Think at last. We have not reached conclusion. When I stiffen in... Hey guys, let's be honest. I always read this in my head. I never read it out loud. And I used to recite Bengali poetry. So this is not really my cup of tea. We've already crossed the line that Papa Rohit really loved. And I'll let you take a bet at which line was the one that he really loved. But anyway, we have not reached conclusion. When I stifle, we've not reached conclusion. When I stifle in a rented house. Think at last, I have not made this show purposelessly, and it is not by any consultation of the backward devils. I would meet you upon this honestly. I just realized it might have been a pun intended, which I missed the first few times I read it. I would meet you upon this honestly, that I was near your heart was removed. I that was near your heart was removed therefrom, to lose beauty in terror in inquisition. I have lost my passion. Why should I need to keep it, since what is kept must be adulterated? I have lost my sight, smell, hearing, taste, and touch. How should I use it for your closer contact? These with 1,000 small deliberations protract the profit of their chilled delirium, excite the membrane when the sense has cooled, with pungent sauces multiply variety in a wilderness of mirrors. What will the spider do? Suspend its operation? Will the weevil delay? The Billage, Fresca, Miscamo world beyond the circuit of the shuddering bear? In fractured atoms gull against the wind in the windy straits of Belle-Isle, or running on horn, white feathers in the snow, the gulf claims, and the old man driven by the trades to a sleepy corner. Tenants of the house, thoughts of a dry brain in a dry season. Now, I might have pronounced certain things wrong. I actually have forgotten the pronunciations of a lot of words and a lot of names and a lot of things. So please forgive me, because if I were to come here practiced, as an actor, it's my job to just go onto the set and like practice things and then go to a set and perform. But here I'm trying to read poetry because I've not read them for years, and this used to be one of the poems that this used to be one of those things that my dad quoted. So I'm trying to rather keep the mood jolly because I'm still in denial. There's a line that my dad really said a lot of times, and quote that my dad would always bring, like the bit that my dad would always bring up. In fact, if you're his student and you're watching it, probably you remember him randomly like quoting Eliot or Milton. So here goes nothing. After such knowledge, what forgiveness?